What's up everybody, this is Neurotic Pengu, and this is my add-ons and UI video. In this video I will cover most of the add-ons I use, if not all of them, and kind of show you how to get a UI similar to mine, or at least a modification of my UI that suits you better. Anyway, let's begin. First add-on I use is called NPC Scan. A lot of you are probably familiar with it. It plays this alert and pops that little thing up on your screen. Actually, let's do that one more time. Okay, rip headphone users, but that's kind of the point of it. It'll wake you up. You can even set it to unmute for alert sound. So if you normally play with your sound muted, it'll just be like, scare the shit out of you, but you'll know there's a rare near you. And another cool thing is it'll mark your target, and then you can just click this to target the rare. And you can move that around also. And NPC Scan Overlay is a great add-on to use with it because it'll show you where those rares are. So these little blotches all represent where rares are, and yeah, you can go check them out, see if they're up. The next add-on I use is Add-on Control Panel. That allows me to enable and disable add-ons from within the game and then just reload UI to update my UI, I guess. Or update the add-ons instead of having to log out and log back in every time. So not so helpful, I guess, if you're in a city, but very helpful if you're in the world. AdiBags. That is my bag and bank add-on. I really like this add-on because it puts all of my bags into one pane. I know a lot of add-ons do that, but this one also shows eye level. New items and quest items are very easy to find. You can see all your currencies and everything. You can search. You can even change these settings. I mean, it's pretty sweet. And one thing that I really like about it is how it deals with stacks. So you have your stack of full stacks, and then your stack of not full, or your smallest stack, as you can see with the Windwool and the Bolt of Netherweave. I'm not really sure how to describe that perfectly, but hopefully you can see it working in action. So if you're dealing with, or you want to deal with your incomplete stack, it is readily available for you. The next add-on I use is Auctionator. I'm not going to go into that really at all in this video. It's a huge auction house add-on. A lot of people use it. They're like long videos out there if you want to learn how to use it properly. But essentially, that's the auction house add-on I use for those who are curious. Auto Release, Auto Turn-In, and Auto Vendor are three of my auto add-ons that I use because I'm sometimes too lazy to play the game by myself. But really, Auto Release is an add-on that automatically releases your corpse in Battlegrounds. It's actually has the practical use. It'll make sure you never miss that spirit res that you should have gotten. But besides that, it doesn't do anything else. Auto Turn-In, that's this add-on. It automatically turns in your quests. You can have all sorts of settings with that. Sorry, I thought I heard someone outside. Anyway, so yeah, Auto Turn-In, highly customizable quest turn-in add-on. Auto Vendor is a vendor add-on. It'll automatically repair and sell all your crap that you tell it to sell. So yeah, a lot of people probably use add-ons like that already. Bad Boy is an awesome add-on for patrolling trade chat without actually doing anything. So it'll automatically block spammers and then also report them. So it's pretty nice. It's a pretty lightweight add-on just to run and, I guess, improve your server. So do it. Battleground Targets is this lovely add-on that shows the enemy team in Battlegrounds. It shows their spec, if they're a healer or a DPS, if you couldn't tell that from their spec somehow. And then it also shows how many people are targeting them, which is very helpful. So they're all zeros now, but say you had 4 or 5 people in your Battleground. With this add-on, it'll show who they're targeting. And say you got your whole rated Battleground team to download this add-on, you could see if your people were switching targets properly or not. So yeah, that's Battleground Targets. And if you're worried about AV, you can disable it for AV, so it doesn't take up your whole screen. The next add-on I use is Bartender 4. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with this add-on. It is the add-on I use to, I guess, move my bars and have them in the middle of my screen and also hidden and stuff. So as you can see, I have a bar over here, I have some bars here, I've had bars down here in the past. You can really put them anywhere. I also have that bar hidden. I've got a lot of bars hidden, really. So yeah, you can hide bars, set their padding buttons. You can change all sorts of things about them. And if we, here we go. So you can see I have a real weird bar setup. But yeah, that's how that works. Anyway, button facade and button facade Sion. That is half of what makes my buttons look nicer than the Blizzard buttons, in my opinion. And also nicer than the Bartender buttons. So if you want nice looking buttons, button facade Sion. Doom Cooldown Pulse is the add-on that will be displayed for you in 20 seconds or so. eAlign is the next add-on I use. If you type /align when you have this add-on, it'll put this nice grid on your screen. It's very useful for setting up your UI, obviously. You can make sure everything is nice and perfect. And yeah, it kind of saves you from eyeballing everything. Doom Cooldown Pulse is about there. Boom. And we'll do it one more time, but essentially when some cooldown of significance comes off cooldown, it'll pulse in your screen briefly to show you that. Okay, the next add-on is GladiatorlosSA. This is a very nice add-on for PvPing, and if you look here, essentially you can set what major cooldowns you want it to be enabled for, and if you go
Icy Veins,
that's what it does. So essentially any enemy mage that casts Icy Veins, it'll be Icy Veins, and then I'll know that he's cast Icy Veins, and I can potentially spell steal Icy Veins. Okay, Gladius 5. Gladius 5 is... I don't think I can really display it. Honestly, I don't use Gladius 5 that much. I'm sure a lot of people that are into PvP are actually good at arenas and stuff use it a lot better than I do. I just kind of have it sometimes. I don't usually have it because I find it annoying and broken a lot of the times. But basically, if you want an arena add-on to show you the enemy team, the cooldowns on their trinkets, and the DRing of CCs, that is the add-on for you. Grid is my raid and party frames. It appears down here. You can customize it. Okay, good, that didn't... Okay, anyway, you can customize it a lot. Some of the coolest customizations are these indicators and statuses. So I don't have any really set up on my mage, except for curses. If someone has a curse on them, it'll put a little purple square in one of the corners, and I'll know to decurse them. But for, say, my priest, when I was healing on him in RBGs, I had it show any time that a target had, or like someone in my party had renew on it, it would have my renew on them. It would have a little green square in the corner, and then any power or any weakened soul debuff would show in the middle. Because obviously you don't only want your weakened soul debuffs, you want the other disc priests, and it'll show the cooldown in the middle. So that's one of the cool things you can do with that add-on. Healers Have to Die is an add-on that puts a big red cross over any players detected in healing specs in Battlegrounds or World PvP. The uses for that are quite obvious. Find the healers, kill the healers. In-Flight is an add-on I use to show me the time of my flight, and I guess it doesn't have any kind of interface presence. But essentially, when you get on a flight path, it puts a bar on your screen that says how long that flight path is. Okay, Masque and Masque Darion is the other half of Button Facade Sion that makes my buttons look so glamorous. Minimap Buttonframe is this little thing in the corner. Essentially, it takes all the add-ons. Because I use so many add-ons, it takes all their buttons and hides them out of sight. I don't like the minimap look of having little baubles all around it, so down they go. And also, they all hide except for Battleground Targets because it thinks it's special. Move Anything is an add-on I use to move anything, but not really move anything, because I found out yesterday it can't move this chat box, or at least I couldn't figure out how to do it. What I do use that add-on for, though, is to move this little mini-map that I use in Battlegrounds to a more, I guess, accessible location, and I also move my quest objectives over to this side of my screen. And holy lag, University, thank you. Omni CC is the add-on I use to show CDs on my abilities when they eventually cast. So that's that number there. That is generated by Omni CC. OPie is an awesome add-on I use for my professions. It's basically a fancy way of hiding buttons. You can set up all kinds of rings with OPie. It's very customizable. So as you can see, well, this is F-bombs, but I only use Alt-T, and I use it for trade skills, but you can use it for portals, teleports, world markers, all sorts of things. You can even use it for your pets and mounts if you want. Okay, the next add-on I use is Overhead. That is an arena add-on, and what it does is it hides the nameplates of anything like totems or snake trap snakes and things of that nature that clutter your screen. And it also shows the casting bars of everyone in the arena on their nameplates. Not your allies, but all the enemies in the arena on their nameplates. So that's very helpful, obviously, if you're casting on the DPS and you want to be monitoring that druid, you know, you can. So that's how that works. Prat is the add-on I use for my chat box. Honestly, I used a lot more of its functionality before, and Blizzard has kind of slowly been implementing it into the game, just default. So I use it less and less and less, but it allows me to put timestamps as well as some other cool features, which I can show you here. So you can format your chat. I mean, it is very customizable, but honestly, the Blizzard chat box is a lot better than it was in vanilla. So there's a real life example. Alright, so yeah, anyway, that's Prat. I use it less and less, and it will probably be eventually phased out by Blizzard, but so far, I still do use it. Quartz is the add-on I use for my cast bars. It allows you to move your cast bars wherever, so you can see focused cast bars up there. And yeah, you can have the name of the spell, the icon of the spell, the delay on your spell. Very good all-around add-on for cast bars. Okay, Random Mount is the add-on I use to show off my mount collection and to make sure I don't get bored of mounts. I am approaching 200 mounts, as you can see, and obviously I can't put those all on my bars, and I kind of do want to see them because I did spend time getting them. So this allows me to cycle my mounts and get all sorts of variety. It also sometimes means I'm riding around on my bronze drake like an idiot, but you know, it has its pros and cons. Raven is the add-on oh, someone's killing him. Raven is the add-on I use for my buffs and debuffs. Essentially, it allows me to move them there. And if we click, nope, there. You can see long buffs, short buffs, debuffs, and it is highly customizable. Almost too much so. It took me a while to figure out everything that was going on there. But once I figured it out, I'm very happy with it. Okay, the next add-on is Safe Queue. Essentially all that does is for when your arena queue pops, it gets rid of the leave arena button, and instead you have to leave the arena through the little eye thing. And yeah, it'll only let you enter it. Say Sapped is a small add-on I use that says I'm sapped whenever I get sapped. So it'll look like this or something, and I don't have it to pop up, but that's all it does. Sexy Map is a map add-on I use. Makes it sexy, as the name might suggest. So it's also a very customizable add-on. You can do all sorts of things with your mini-map. I have mine set to be a square, but you know, there's a lot of options. So it's a very awesome add-on, and it makes the map look nice. The next add-on I use is called Skada. It is my recount. It is basically a lighter weight recount. Did the rogue seriously die? Oh, now it's a shaman. Anyway, it is a lighter weight recount. I only have it on like to show DPS because I really don't want to take up a lot of memory saving all sorts of charts and crap that I know recount can do but don't know how to do it with recount. Skada might have the same, honestly, but anyway, Skada is really low CPU usage, and it's very easy to just set it to show damage, and that's it. TipTac is the tooltips add-on I use. So as you can see down here, this guy is a Blood Elf Hunter, and TipTac Talents lets me see that he is survival. So you can also not have the TipTac, the tooltip, there we go. You can have the tooltip anchored to a bunch of different places, which is really nice. As you can see, it's very customizable also. But the anchoring is one of my favorite parts. It means your tooltips aren't like useless hidden around in the bottom right corner and are actually, you know, provide relevant information in a useful manner. Ah! Alright, let's get out of the water. Okay. TomTom. TomTom is an add-on I use for waypoints. So you get yourself a fancy macro like this, set a bunch of waypoints for farming Warbringers, then you just click the macro and boom, you have waypoints and arrows. As you can see, waypoint, waypoint, and remove all waypoints. Yes. And that is TomTom. World Boss Status. That is just a little lightweight add-on that tells me which world bosses I've killed and which ones I haven't. I really like it because I don't have to remember. Anyway, XPerl is the add-on I use for my player, target, and focus frames. You can also use it for your party and raid frames, but I choose not to. This is quite an old add-on. A lot of people have abandoned it, but I remain loyal. I like XPerl. I don't know why. But it's very easy to use as opposed to some of the other ones that offer more. So you can set, you know, to see percent health and actual numbers and all this kind of information, and it's very nice. Okay, oh, and it also does these buffs and debuffs if there are any, which obviously there aren't. Glance. Glance is this bar at the top of my screen. A lot of people use Titan Panel. I prefer Glance. It's very customizable. You can get all sorts of information up here. You can even get like when Winter Grasp is available or when Tolbarad's available. So that's pretty impressive, I think. And also it shows me all my gold across all my characters. And yeah, it's pretty nice add-on. And it shows me how my add-on usage is slowing down my game significantly, and it makes me sad sometimes. But aside from that, I like it. DBM. Everyone's familiar with DBM, I'm sure, but just in case you're not, it's Deadly Boss Mods. Where's that? Where's the move me's? There they are. Screw you, I don't want you. That's these things, the raid warnings. It's gonna go. It's gonna go when it gets low. Get low faster. Whoosh. Alright. Pretty slick, right? Alright, that's DBM. It's raid warnings. It essentially makes you a good raider if you've listened to it without actually having to read any mechanics. Tidy Plates is the final add-on I use. I use Tidy Plates, and then this word that I don't know how to say, quarter, whatever. I use that one. Tidy Plates is a very nice add-on for your nameplates. I've used it for a while. It's very customizable, and my favorite part of Tidy Plates is that guy looks like he has a lot of health. Ooh, you're level 90. I actually did this video before, and a random low level was running by, so I was able to pop a debuff on him and display the add-on and kill someone. So that was very fun. Anyway, here's the Glade Hunter, and as you can see, debuff, the percent health, all sorts of useful information that goddamn proc is covering. But as you can see, all sorts of information, and that guy just died immediately. It also allows me to see like class colors on their nameplates, so yeah, it's very good for just having non-Blizzard nameplates, because the Blizzard ones are pretty shit. Anyway, that's all the add-ons I use at this current time. It's quite the list. I will leave that list in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Anyway, see you later.